Hello and welcome to my talk for this week. Sorry, I've got a bit of a halo. It's early in the morning here and the sun comes through the window at this time of day. And I'm also sorry that my talk is a little bit delayed this week. Things happen. This weekend I'll have one of the great privileges of the ministry of a bishop, ordaining someone to the priesthood. It will be the beginning for Nicholas of a new part of his walk with God. Those of us who are there will be ministering on behalf of the whole church as we recognize his call to this new role among us. Earlier in the day, I'll be in the parish of Ludlow and Blissfield, confirming some people who have decided to take the next step in their Christian walk. They will confirm the promises made at their baptism, and amongst other things, promise to walk in God's way for the rest of their lives. Each of these events has to do with vocation. It's more obvious in that of Nicholas being ordained to the priesthood. And this type of ministry is what we tend to think of when we think of vocation. But it's not the whole story. Each person in the history of creation has been given a vocation by God. It comes out of God's deep love for us. And if we're able to align ourselves to it, it is there that we will find fulfillment. Obviously, not everyone finds the path that God has planned for us. There are many reasons for this. God's call to each of us is to, first of all, come to Him, and also to discover the good things that are in store for us. If we think of vocation as only involving ministry within the church, then we're missing the fullness of what is meant when Jesus says in John chapter 10, verse 10, "I come that they might have abundant life." One of the things that we have lost in society is that we often see what we do in life as a job rather than a vocation, a place where we've been called to serve. It doesn't matter whether that service is in a bank, a car dealership, or a factory. Are we able to see it as part of God's purpose being worked out in our lives? God loves the whole of creation. God loves every human being who has been created and will be created. In God's sight, everyone is dearly loved. It is as if when God looks at each of us, God sees the fullness of us. We're known as the beautiful beloved, who we were intended to be. God also sees the brokenness in each of us and knows how that came to be there. And the heart of God breaks for the suffering that lies within us, no matter how great or small that is. The vocation of followers of Jesus is to try to look at others with the eyes of God, to see the beauty among the ashes, to sense the love of God for each person, to act in loving service towards others, and to receive their love, no matter how small either of these actions is able to be. It's not solely the ministry of the ordained or the full-time Christian minister to do these things. The whole people of God has the call to demonstrate the words of Jesus, telling us that God loved the world so much that He gave His only begotten Son. God's love is limitless, and our vocation is to live that out. Once again, thank you for being here this week. I'll see you again soon. God bless.